This is the cherry grove biome that Mojang themselves wish they could make, complete with a massive Japanese pagoda and a sprawling village that makes vanilla Minecraft look like child's play. I'm Nick.
And I'm Sid.
And this is By the Biome. Okay, want me to go through first?
Yep.
Quickly come with.
I thought you were going in first.
Oh, we are here. Oh my god. And it's cherry. Let it load, let it load.
Oh my gosh, we were pretty close to the lava there.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Hey, here's the village right here.
Oh my god, little bunnies.
So we actually spent a ton of time in creative and chunk base looking for this specific cherry grove biome. We needed a cherry grove biome that had a village, had a really cool view, and was big enough for all the builds that we have planned for today's video. Oh yeah, that's a cool cherry grove island, hey? Maybe we get some signs and just like plan out a bit what we want to do here?
Yes.
So after Sydney and I ran around placing a bunch of signs, I created this visual representation of what we're setting out to do. Essentially, we're going to build a sprawling Japanese village with a giant pagoda that overlooks the entire thing. And inside the pagoda, there's going to be a little surprise for everyone. Oh, interrupted something there.
Whoa.
I wasn't supposed to see that. So we've built a few Japanese bases over the years, but never an entire island village. But they all share a common theme. They use hard to get, annoying materials, and lots of them. So let me introduce you to the master plan. It involves 4 never before seen revolutionary steps. Okay, maybe not. But step 4 is a secret. Plus, I wanted to make this cool animation. And since we are big brain gamers, we're gonna be starting in the middle with processing. Blacksmith. Is this gonna be too small? I think I need to go bigger. That don't look Japanese enough for me.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh. The trim on the roof isn't right. I can swap for mangrove, I think. All right. Okay, I think that looks better. Okay, so that's the blacksmith done, and you may be wondering what this has to do with processing. Well, on the inside, we're gonna build a super smelter, and the reason for that is we have to process a ton of materials for this build. Got a bunch of copper already made. Brilliant. And we also have infinite lava sources for the fuel. So while I was busy creating a super smelter with an automatic fuel source, Sydney was busy breeding villagers. Now this is an important step for our master plan, but we'll get to that later. Now we need to get to the gathering, and for some reason I decided to use copper in the roof of this pagoda, and in turn we need over 4,000 cut copper blocks, which equates to 36,000 copper ingots. So as you can imagine, we have a ton of copper mining ahead of us. And for some reason, the only copper mining I know how to do is the dangerous kind. This big cave. Oh God. Coming back. So that was one of many mining sessions that Sydney and I ended up going on. As you can imagine, we wish we waited till 1.21 Minecraft came out to do this build. But anyways, let's start progressing towards building this pagoda. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be putting something inside the pagoda, and that is going to be an automatic cherry tree farm. So in this By the Biome series, we try to create a function in every single biome that we visit, and this one's function is to give us automatic cherry wood. And fun fact, to process 36,000 copper ingots, it takes 12.5 hours using the furnace array that we have set up. So that gives us quite a bit of time to build this cherry farm. Odds I blow the farm up. Hey. Hello? Oh, hello?
There's creepers like in our house and all over the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Need me to come kill some?
Well, no, but I was killing them and then calling you and saying,
Zoe.
oh no, there's creepers everywhere.
I was placing TNT at the cherry tree farm and I'm about to do the first test. Just to test the TNT part. Are you scared? Because I am. Oh, geez. Here we go. Oh, I better not die. I better not die. Oh, I took some damage. Okay, nothing's blowing up. Just promising. Okay. Okay, I think it's working. Oh, wait a sec. Something's gone awry. So after a bit of troubleshooting, we had the cherry farm up and running, but we still had a ton of time to fill before we could start building this pagoda because we have all that copper to process. Now we require a few other materials that require us to go to the underbelly of our world to gather. A guest. Scare me. All right, very well. Come here, wither skeleton. I want to kill you. Alright, so after ransacking the nether and laying waste to an entire nether fortress, it's time for us to actually start building the pagoda. Now, I've already spent multiple hours ahead of time designing this pagoda because we need to make sure that it fits perfectly over the cherry tree farm without blowing up, which is easier said than done. So this has to be one of my favorite pagodas that we've ever built. I mean, the color palette alone is amazing. Going from the nether brick structure blocks into the pink hues of the white terracotta for the walls, which ties in so nicely with the cherry wood and complements the quartz trim that we have around the roof. Not to mention, the roof itself. So this is a really cool build because we took advantage of cut copper blocks as we talked about earlier for the roof blocks. And this pagoda is just going to continue to evolve until we're done transforming this entire island. Oh, you scared me. Oh yeah, good point. So be sure to check out our Patreon if you want to be able to download this build and any other builds we've done. But now it's time to build the sprawling village that the pagoda is going to overlook. And this is an important part for the master plan. Now that we're done the first 3 steps, it's time to execute on the 4th one. Alright, so 3 Torii gates later, we have not only a cool bridge over the little ravine that we had out front of the pagoda, but we have a really cool looking nether portal. Now, as you can tell, the copper on the roof of the pagoda hasn't really changed much, and as it turns out, copper takes forever to oxidize. But thankfully, there is no shortage of work when it comes to transforming this Cherry Grove Island into a Japanese wonderland.
What are you doing?
I'm redoing the one copper house roof. That's okay.
Sorry, redoing?
Yeah.
Where?
It didn't have Japanese style.
Where? Who?
Our little storage room. I just finished building a Japanese house right next to it though. You should know what you think. It's a little tiny one on the hill.
Oh yeah.
You see it?
Oh, yes. Oh, I like the floors, actually.
Yeah.
Cool, looks like carpet.
I'm not doing the interiors, though. You do the interiors.
Good. That's my job, but thank you.
Japanese storage house. What you're yapping? Pagoda, Pagoda, can you oxidize? Pagoda, Pagoda, please oxidize.
Oh.
This little song I whipped up.
Oh?
Hi.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
You logged.
I logged out, it said?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Like I heard you go. I heard the Discord noise.
Oh. I'm right here.
Nick, where are you? You're invisible.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
A bit of a leakage over here.
Oopsie. Well, it'll look better once it all oxidizes, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we have a creeper explosion here?
Nope. I'm gonna put a little pond. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. All right, so as you can tell, Sid and I have been doing a ton of work around the village, from creating fountains, building little Japanese style houses, and maybe even little ponds to cover up creeper explosions. But there's one final structure that I want to do to complete this build, and that's to build a bridge across the ravine to connect to the next biome that may or may not be part of the next episode. Alright, with the bridge entrance done, it's time to check in on the pagoda and see how the oxidization is going. And as it turns out, it's actually coming along quite nicely. And I noticed once a couple pieces started to oxidize, it spread out from those pieces to oxidize the rest. I don't know how copper oxidation works, but that has to be something to do with it. Now it's time to build the actual bridge. The entrance for the bridge, now we need the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a huge gap. Oh my god. It's kind of scary. So high up too. What if we fall?
Mm-hmm. Gotta be careful.
Sheesh. And as you can see, I took my first attempt at building this bridge and it looked terrible. So I went over to Creative to test a number of different designs. And after multiple hours of trial and error, I think I finally found a design that I'm happy with. So let's slap this thing together and then we can jump right into the final build walkthrough. Ah, that bridge is just so much better. So now it's finally time to touch on step number 4 of the master plan. And this may come as a surprise to everyone, but it's to enjoy. And I feel we're guilty of this in our past worlds and our past builds, but we just finish the build and move on and never come back to enjoy what we've built. And so in this By the Biome series, we're really trying to create builds that give us purpose and reason to come back to, and not just have a singular farm that we want to go to, but more of a sprawling environment and village so we can really enjoy what we're coming back to every time we're here. So with that, let's jump into this walkthrough, and Sid and I will take you through all the little details that we put into this village to really make sure we can enjoy it. All right, let's step into our Japanese world. Ooh.
Cherry Grove style.
Cherry Grove style Japanese village. So here we start off with a lovely copper dragon fountain. And as you can see, all the copper has oxidized, which took way longer than we thought it would. Nothing too fancy, but makes for a nice swimming spot, if you will. And as we walk past the fountain, we enter the Japanese village itself. And as you can see, we've created a lot of little Japanese style houses, all with different color palettes, but following that same red, black, purple, pinkish vibe to really fit the Cherry Grove, which I think looks really cool. And you got pink beds in here. What the hell? Continue down the path, and I just love the particles coming off the leaves throughout the Cherry Grove. So cool.
Such a vibe.
Nice ambiance. All right, walking through the village itself, we have more houses here. What you got going on in here? Some
Nothing.
Shelves, some mass beds. Nothing crazy. We got another house here. I love the use of banners all around. They look very cool. Yeah, a lot of these houses just have beds in them to accommodate all the different villagers that we have ripping around here. Our storage room.
Yep, our little home base here.
Temporary storage room, I should say, because we have a home base, but we pretty much have a home base in every build we do because we spend so much time at each biome.
It's like a campsite.
Yeah, a fancy home base campsite.
Yeah.
With stuff everywhere. We got little ponds throughout, which are just lovely. Little flower pots, you name it. More houses, more banners. Very cool stuff. Holy. Big gathering at the market today. Jeez Louise.
My gosh. The guy's probably sold out of fish by now. Look at everyone.
Look at them jumping on the stove trying to get food. That is crazy.
Oh, I hope we don't have a food problem.
Yeah. There's gonna be food fights going on down here.
This one is kind of like a food stand here. Here are like the individual stalls. You can go have your rabbit stew.
Oh, that's what those are. That's a good idea.
This one over here is like, I don't know what you call, like a tapestry type thing. With the looms, you could make banners. You could purchase banners.
A textiles stall. Lovely little fountain here.
Yes. Stunning fountain.
I love what you did with the street lamps too. The street lamps all look so cool. That's way better than the OG Minecraft lamps that they come in the villages.
Yeah, and I love the place at night too. There's hidden lighting everywhere, so it's nice and moody.
Yep. And then we have our blacksmith over here, which is our automatic smelter, which is all hidden underground here. Nothing too fancy. Just an 8 furnace minecart array of smelters and infinite lava source. Very cool. Couple people in bed, the workers, if you will. Sydney's ravishing Fletcher's hall. What do you got going on in here?
A little fletching, arrow making. All of the arrows from the Cherry Grove farm are used for emeralds and experience.
What is going on in this bed?
They're a close-knit community.
What the hell?
Leave them.
But pretty much we could come trade all the sticks we have from our cherrywood farm to get emeralds and experience to repair our tools, which is pretty handy to have at our different bases. sneak peek of the pagoda from here at night. Looks very cool in the village.
So
just,
nice.
just saying. Go over to the garden area. Ooh.
So tranquil.
Little Torii Gate garden bridge with the bamboo growing everywhere. Very cool. Ravishing, ravishing. Just a nice looking bridge, really. And all the particles. Jeez, I just love the cherry grove. It's such a cool biome. To the main building itself. Giant pagoda with a fully functioning cherry tree farm on the inside. It's super convenient. Now we actually have a source of unlimited wood. Finally. Because that was always such a struggle for us. Oh, what the heck? How did this guy get here? This looks so good at night though. Holy. And all the copper, well, I should say 90% of the copper has fully oxidized to give us the look we were wanting for this build, which is so cool. A huge entrance to the really high up bridge. Crossing the huge ravine. Oh, there's a creeper down there. That's scary. Keep on moving, I guess. Which leads to what may just be the next biome for the next build. And yeah, this is pretty much our Japanese village. And so in the next video, we'll probably be updating our world to 1.21, depending on if the mods update or not. Let us know what biome we should transform next, which utilizes some of the new blocks in 1.21 Minecraft. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.